the lost city of Atlantis. More than 2,000 years ago, the philosopher Plato sat down to write a story. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, he described a place unlike any other. It was called Atlantis, a mighty island civilization greater in size than Libya and Asia combined. Its people were powerful, its riches vast, its palaces gleaming with gold and silver. It was said to lie just beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we know today as the Strait of Gibraltar. And for generations, Atlantis thrived. But pride, Plato warned, corrupted the Atlanteans. They turned greedy, they turned ambitious, and they turned against the world. In their arrogance, they waged war on neighboring lands, spreading fear across the Mediterranean. And then, as quickly as it rose, Atlantis fell. In a single day and night of misfortune, Plato wrote, the island of Atlantis disappeared into the sea. For more than 2 millennia, those words have haunted us. Was Atlantis real, or was it simply a parable? A warning told by a philosopher about the dangers of human hubris. The legend spreads. The story of Atlantis passed through the ages like a whisper. Medieval scholars treated it as myth, no different than tales of giants or dragons. But during the age of exploration, when sailors were mapping new coasts and discovering strange lands, Atlantis returned to the imagination. Could it be in the Caribbean? Was the New World itself the fabled island Plato described? By the 19th century, Atlantis fever gripped Europe. Writers, scholars, and mystics offered wild theories. Some claimed the Aztecs and Mayans were descendants of Atlanteans. Others pointed to Egypt, saying its pyramids carried the wisdom of a lost empire. Atlantis, they believed, was not only real, but the mother civilization from which all others descended. The search for the sunken empire. In modern times, scientists and explorers have scoured the globe. The Mediterranean, the coasts of Spain, even the icy edges of Antarctica have been studied for signs of a vanished city. In the Bahamas, divers reported seeing underwater roads and walls that they swore were remnants of Atlantis. Satellite images revealed strange shapes beneath the ocean floor, sparking excitement before they were explained away as natural formations. And yet, the fascination remains. Every decade, a new discovery rekindles the question, did Atlantis truly exist? Theories of truth. Some historians believe Plato based his tale on real events. Around 1600 BCE, the island of Thera, today known as Santorini, was devastated by one of the largest volcanic eruptions in human history. The blast destroyed the advanced Minoan civilization and sent tsunamis crashing across the Aegean. Could this catastrophe have inspired the story of a great island swallowed by the sea? Others argue Atlantis was nothing more than allegory. Plato, they say, wasn't describing history. He was teaching philosophy. Atlantis represented the dangers of wealth and arrogance. A cautionary tale. When a civilization becomes too proud, it collapses under its own weight. But there are those who refuse to let the legend die. They point to ancient maps, mysterious ruins, and unanswered questions about humanity's past. Was there perhaps an advanced society long forgotten? One erased not by time, but by catastrophe? Atlantis in culture, whether fact or fiction. Atlantis captured the imagination of the world. It became a symbol of a lost paradise, a utopia swallowed by waves. Writers told of Atlantean technology far beyond our own. Mystics spoke of crystal power and hidden wisdom. Hollywood brought it to life in films and stories, where explorers dive into the deep to rediscover its secrets. The myth became larger than history itself. Atlantis was no longer just a question of archaeology. It became a mirror of our hopes and fears. A dream of a perfect society, and a nightmare of what happens when greatness is lost, the enduring mystery. And so, more than 2,000 years after Plato's words, we are still asking, did Atlantis exist? Was it real land swallowed by the sea, a memory of a volcanic disaster, or merely the imagination of a philosopher warning us of pride? We may never know, but perhaps that is why Atlantis endures, because it is not only about a city lost to the ocean, it is about us, our curiosity, our longing to discover, our fear of losing what we've built. Plato ended his tale unfinished, as if Atlantis was always meant to remain a mystery, a riddle left for every generation to solve. Maybe that's the truth of Atlantis, not a place to be found, but a story to be told again and again as long as humanity dreams of what lies just beyond the horizon.